On everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Lady Nika. I was eating something. Was it eating me? Anyway, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika, and with last night's episode of Greenleaf, it's the fourth episode of season 2 entitled Revival. And I don't know, I'm gonna try to touch everything, but I may leave some shit out. If I do, y'all know we can always chit chat down there in the panty section. Now keep it clean for you babies. Now, y'all know this the one where I try to hold back my cussing, okay? I'm gonna try my best. And just try to make y'all feel good and know what's going on, because everybody don't watch this shit. Some people just come for the reviews, okay? Anyway, we started this episode off with Lady Mae standing in what I assume to be her living room area. You got the guy playing the piano. They preparing for a party is what it looked like, and later on we'll find out that they was. But anyway, she discussing floral arrangements with, I think, Marisol or whatever, and Bishop walks in and he starts singing. And she's smiling. Now Bishop say he headed to the airport, and she warning him about the traffic, but he said it's okay. Lionel is a friend, and after that music he just listened to, the guy playing the piano. Shit, he might put. Oh, I already did it. Uh, he may actually have an impromptu concert in the car, and she was smiling, but something in her eyes said she wasn't all the way here for that, right? Now, he heads out as Sophia coming in, and Bishop asks if she ready for her first revival. She tell him as soon as I change, and she heads upstairs where her mom. Now her and Zora was on the phone. They was talking about something. I was assuming that was Isaiah, because Zora said, "Well, I haven't talked to him or whatnot." Anyway, they hang up, and before they do, she lets her know, I ain't gonna be there at the family. I mean, at the revival, because I'm a part of the Triumph family now. Oh, anyway, she get up there and her mama and Rebecca are having a glass of champagne, and Sophia mentioned it, and Rebecca said it's probably my fault. We having libations before revival, and Sophia said, "Hey, I ain't here to judge, but question is, can I hit it? Can I get a little bit?" And Gigi said, "Absolutely not," and Sophia said, "See, now I'm judging." It was cute. Now, Charity all on the phone with Jabari, giggling like a schoolgirl when Kevin come in with baby Nathan, and she telling him that Jabari wanted her to look at something, but he don't understand. Being a single, being a parent, a new parent, it's kind of hard to be able to. You gotta manage your time or whatnot, okay? Now she holding and feeding the baby when Kevin asks, when do she think she may want to be with him again?" And she said, "You mean like you want to have sex with me or something?" And he said, "Yeah." He said he love her and he miss her. She said, they have to plan to get it in to child. They gonna plan to get it in that night, okay? Now, was it me, or did she seem like she wasn't really interested in having sex with her husband at this point? And I guess that comes with the territory, considering she know he gay. But anyway, now Bishop in the car, him and old Pastor Bishop Lionel Jefferies, played by Tim Reid from, y'all remember when he was on that little sister. He was Ray Campbell or something like that. It was him, them little twin girls, and Jack A. Harry. I remember that. Child, for his head, like, child, that lining is going backwards on him, but he still look good. He still look good, okay? Well, they in the car and they reminiscing, and I assume Lionel's wife must be deceased, because Bishop say he hated the fact that they having this and she not here, and they reminiscing about times that him and May used to visit them or whatnot. He also spoke of it being kind of eerie trying to pack. I guess he ain't been nowhere since she passed or whatever. Anyway, child, they talking and talking, and Lionel look up at this billboard and say, "Is that Jacob?" And Bishop, he looking all around like, where? Because he thought he was talking about like he was on the street or something. Well, he points upward, and Bishop sees the picture of Jacob and Pastor Skanks, and Bishop say, "Yeah, that's my son," and he drives on off. They get back to the house, and Lady Mae gave him a look Pastor Bishop Lionel. Now she gave him a look like she wasn't really pleased to see him, but you know she playing it out for the guests, of course, for the guests. Okay. Well, Rebecca and Gigi talking with some old friends, and Sophia was in the mix of that too, and she learned that her mama and her aunt Faith used to be in an actual singing group by the name of Misty, and they used to perform around the city. Now, considering that these are pastor kids, I'm assuming that she probably performed. You know, they performed at area churches or whatnot like that. They weren't out there doing what Isaiah damn near about to be doing, which is a slow grinding down at the club. Now, was that J. Anthony Brown that I saw on this episode, child? Was that him talking to Charity and Kevin about Jacob sitting up shop across the street from Cabri at Triumph? And he say, y'all show he ain't adopted. Watch out now. Baby, I like him. He always is funny with me. Okay, now the wheels in my head started turning because I seen, you know, I'm sitting here looking at Bishop Jefferies, and I'm looking at Gigi. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't know, but we all know that Gigi don't look a damn thing like Bishop. She fair skinned with that good hair. But we're gonna leave that shit alone for right now, cause we still in the midst of this review. I'm gonna leave it alone. Now Bishop find May and he got Lionel with him, and they playing like they happy to see one another. She asking him how he been, how was his flight, you know, out of politeness and not necessarily care. Bishop goes to get Lionel a glass of champagne, and May said, "Don't say a word." He said, "I didn't come to cause problems, May." She said, "But you knew I didn't want you here." And he said, "Well, the bishop called me." Now Bishop returns with the champagne and hands it to Lionel, and Lionel notices that Bishop's hand is shaking and whatnot. Okay, they don't say nothing about it, but he noticed it, right? Later on, Bishop and Lady Mae talking after the party ends, and she said that he need to go see his doctor. And he said, "Look, Mae, I already did, and I got the new prescription, but I didn't take it today." And she won't know why. He said because it make me sick. And I knew today I had to be at my best. And she said, "Well, baby, trembling the way you wasn't exactly at your best." And he apologized. He said, "I'm sorry if I embarrassed you." She said, "Ain't got nothing to do with embarrassing me." She said, "It's an embarrassment for you. But I'm only concerned about you right now." And he said, "All right, she's right. He gonna go on and take his meds. And you should, Bishop. Take your medicine." Now, in the other room, Charity asking if Kevin gave somebody cash. I don't know who this person is, Rose or somebody, he said. And he said he tried to, but she don't want it. Then Charity turned around and say, she didn't even get the baby down, so what are we paying for her for anywhere? And I'm thinking, Charity, that shit don't make no sense. Now, I understand y'all might have needed a scene to fit up in here before y'all get to this next scene, but girl, apparently that didn't make no sense, because first you say you want to pay this lady. You can't keep asking her to babysit for free. And then you turn around and say, well, why would we be paying her? You ain't. So you got what you deserve. Shit, she watched your baby. She ain't caretaker like that, girl. Mm, mm, mm. Like I said, they needed scene. They needed a scene before they attempt this next scene, which was them trying to have sex, or at least preparing or saying they going to. And she said it's strange for her to be making plans to have sex with her husband, and if it's okay with him, only if it's okay. He asking her to give her a little bit more time, and they'll do it sooner. You know, they'll get to it soon. And he said, okay, he ain't got no choice. What he gonna do? Child Bishop in his study talking to Bishop Jefferies, telling him about Basis Skank, supposedly the son of Daryl, the caretaker that was killed in the old church fire. And Lana asked if Jacob knows Skank's using him for revenge. And he said he knows Jacob knows that he's the caretaker's son. Bishop say none of them really know if that's Daryl's son or not. Because to his recollection and everybody he's talked to, they only recall him having the two daughters. But Bishop said it don't matter if he is or not. He think he is, and he think he's the son. And that church that they building it right across the street is gonna be up. Okay. Now Lana say I don't know about that. He said my son Aaron been doing a lot of zoning down in Nashville, and they have we can have him come over here and see what he thinks about this situation. Maybe be able to stop it or at least slow it down. And Bishop said, let's get him on the phone, honey. Let's get him on the phone. Now inside the sanctuary, they rejoicing through music, and Charity and Jabari singing and rocking, and she flipping hair, and Kevin watching and enjoying until he noticed their body language, and he realized something going on. There's some type of chemistry between his wife and Jabari, and he don't know how to feel about that thing. Now Bishop comes up after the A and B selection from the choir, and he say, revival is a time for reviving. He asked the crowd to give it up for Jabari Jones and his daughter again for setting for putting a little fuel on the fire of the church this evening. And we look over there, the camera pan over there, and they over there close by each other, just all smiles. Now Bishop say revival is his favorite time of the year. It is. It's time to reconnect. It's time to rededicate, to be forgiven and restored and embraced in all of God's blessings. That's what you're supposed to be doing. He introduces Pastor Richard, which is J. Anthony Brown. And he's funny, but as he speaks, Kevin is steady looking over there at Charity, close to Jabari, smiling and stuff. So we know he gonna have a question or two for her sooner or later, okay? Later on that night, he tells Charity she sounded really good at the revival, and Kevin just asked her straight up, do Jabari perform with all his artists? And she said sometimes. And he just asked her, is something going on between the two of y'all? He said because the way y'all was all up there looking all up in each other's eyes and stuff, and she claimed that it's called performing in the spirit. And they was about to get into it, but baby Nathan started hollering, so she had to go on off and handle that. Now over at Uncle Creepy Mac house, Gigi is still staked out like she is a police officer watching this man, and we see a scene where this lady pulls up, and he's with this woman. She's a grown woman, ain't no kid, and seemed like they done went out on a date, and the ladies, get her a little good night cap kiss from old Uncle Creepy. She get in the car to leave. Now instead of Gigi leaving this shit alone, she can't do it because I told y'all she is obsessed with trying to bring this man down, and rightfully so, because he's a predator or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? She come up to the woman's car as the woman cranking her car, talking about, my name is Pastor Grace Greenleaf. Oh, I'm a pastor at Calvary Baptist Church. Did he tell you that he's a child molester? Child Matt come out there, he like, Lorraine gone drive off. Gigi still trying to tell the story of how he is, his crimes that, he's been alleged to have committed. The lady pulled off, and he tell Gigi to stop it. He said, I'm trying to start my life over again, anew. Leave me alone. And she said, it will never happen. And he said, and you call yourself a Christian. And that hit her. Because I get what she doing. But she gonna fool around and get herself in some trouble trying to bring him down, okay? Well, the next day, Bishop tell Lady Mae that he may have found a way to stall skanks. Aaron's coming from Nashville. Now, she knew who Aaron was, okay? And he tell her, he deal in zoning and things of that nature. So they gonna sit down with him and see what he thinks. And he leaves out the little, I guess that's their little coffee area in the morning or whatever. He leave out of there, and May say how convenient. Now, next we see Charity and Kevin singing to little baby Nathan, and afterwards, he apologized for how he came at her the night before, and she says it's okay. Then the baby smiled, and they kind of into that moment right there. Next we see Rebecca and Gigi over at the church, and they reminiscing again, and she asked Gigi why she hasn't been preaching lately. And Gigi says she feels that she may not be called. And Rebecca say, yeah, you got the calling. You just not feeling it as of late. She said, tell me what's really going on with you. And right as Gigi was about to explain to her, I feel like she was about to, tell her what's been going on with the uncle and whatnot. Darlene comes in and tells her that it's some officers here to see her. And Gigi past her and looked out that window, that glass partition, and saw that it was the police. And she looked like she knew why they was there. I said, okay, all right then. Now, Lady Mae go to see Lionel, and she wants to know what he up to with having his son come down here to help with with this situation with skanks and the building of his church. He said he only trying to help, and she said, well, look, me and my husband, we don't need your help. She said, what are you planning to do? Come save the day, proving that I should have left with you when I had the chance? She said it was a mistake. She hopes he knows it was, because she does, and he asked, what you want me to do, call Aaron and cancel it and say, and she said no. She said it's just that, and she couldn't really get out what she was saying. What she was saying was, it just kind of weird, and it puts me in a bad headspace when the man I once upon a time messed over my husband with is in the building, and he bringing his kid and all of that there, and we know it's some secrets involved in this here, so she feeling some kind of way. He said, look, I'm gonna do my sermon tonight. I'm gonna have my son weigh in on this land situation, and we both will be on our way. The family got too many secrets, child. This family got too many secrets. Now, Lady Mae done already did some ungodly things with her daddy. Now we find out that she done cheated with what appears to be one of the bishop's good friends. Child. She winds up telling him thank you, and she leaves, child. Now, back to the police. Uncle Creepy done called the police. Now, he didn't file no charges out of respect for Lady Mae. That's what the police officer, you got one uniformed black officer, and it's a detective, because she's in her street gear, and they basically saying, look, you're going to have to stop harassing this man. She said, well, did he tell you that he raped my sister, his niece, and about a dozen other women in the church? And the black cop with the uniform on talking about, we not here to discuss this. The detective with the regular clothes on, she the one that told you, she said, look, I'm trying to protect you from getting into trouble again. I advise you to stay away from him. Black cops say stay off his street. Okay? Gigi, girl, don't get in trouble obsessing over Uncle Creepy Man. I totally understand where you coming from, but you got to be smart about this. And everybody leave, okay? The police leave and everything. Now we see Bishop and Lady Mae, and some of the church people, they saying a prayer. It's almost time for Bishop Jefferies to go deliver his sermon. So they back there, they giving up the praises and worships and asking the Lord to, be the enter Jeffrey's body as he delivered his message to the congregations and whatnots. And afterwards, in comes Aaron. And Aaron is, like I said, the son of Bishop Jefferies, okay? Child, now here's what we're gonna talk about it is. Look at Aaron, then look at Gigi, then look at fucking I just cussed Bishop Jefferies. Look at them. Don't they look more like family than Gigi do when she stand up against Jacob and Charity? Lady Mae, girl, that's why you don't want that man there. Because not only did you sleep with this man, you know that baby that Gigi hears. I'm willing to bet you, but we going to see as time go on if that's going to come out. Anyway, Charity up there, she's getting the crowd hyped up, getting prepared to introduce Mary to perform. And they do come out, they sing. But y'all know I don't do the Marys, especially that crazy one with the cheating husband. So we going to move on past that. Meanwhile, Jacob on the laptop watching the entire services from the laptop, and Carissa comes in and he said, I don't even know why I'm watching this. And she said, me neither, and she took his laptop. I was like, okay. Now, Bishop Jefferies, he's preaching about, feeling alone and nobody, nobody being there that you thought would be there to give you counsel in your deepest, darkest hours. But the beauty of it all is that God is always present. He's there with you when you think that ain't nobody else there. God is going to be your helpmate to help you through whatever situation that you may be facing. And in this moment, as he's delivering this message, Lady Mae begins to cry, and Bishop caught her doing it and gave her a tissue. Mm-mm. You could tell that his words was resonating through that crowd because it was a lot of people needed to hear that they just ain't by themselves. And child, I know we live in a society and a world today where it seems like the weight of the world sometimes be on your shoulders. But I come to encourage you today to know that no matter what your situation and circumstances may be, please know that the Creator is all powerful and He never leaves you alone. He promised us that long, 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 long time ago. He said He would never leave you nor forsake you, but be with you to the end. And I need each and every person within the sound of my voice to understand that that is real and that you are not alone. Sometimes you just not gonna be able to get these earthly people to understand the divine inside of you, the divineness inside of you. Sometimes people are gonna be busy in their own lives and sometimes overlook what you're going through. But just stay encouraged and know that you ain't in it by yourself. It ain't nothing new under the sun, meaning whatever the hell you going through, somebody else been through it too. So be encouraged today. That was my PSA for today. Now, at the meeting with Aaron, he explains that the plane that the Triumph Church sits on, it's if it was a storm the size of a Katrina came through it. See, somebody always got to talk about Katrina. No, that gives me a bad memory right there. But anyway, if it hit, it would destroy them. And Lady Mae said, well, what about Calvary? We sit on that same plane. He said, basically, yes, but here's the thing. Since the new restrictions were put in place, basically, Calvary can file a temporary injunction to make sure that Triumph is in compliance with the law, and he said it would stop them for 28 days. Now, he said they could continue to file injunction after injunction until the church finally suffers the financial hardships and give up on the construction. Bishop said, well, they got to do something. Aaron said, well, I can draw up the paperwork for you, and, you can decide at a later date if you actually want to file this. But Lady Mae say, nah, let's do it. It's time. So Charity in bed listening to some music when Kevin come in to get in the bed, and they smile talk a little bit, about what she listening to. Was she listening to her own music, the Jabari and sent her. And he goes to try to be physical with her, and she just can't do it. She finally have to tell him that she not, she can't do it. And he say, well, you ain't giving it a chance. And she says she want to, but she can't pretend. She says it's over, and you can see it in his face. He realized that as well. He just gets up and leaves out of the room. Now I want to say this right here. I realize that Kevin gay. I get that. He gay. Okay? And I understand that she may want to, in a sense, set him free to live his life, his true life. However, Miss Charity, make sure that that's why you giving up and not wanting to be with your husband anymore, because you're trying to set him free from a life that he really don't want to lead, but he just wants to lead it because he think he do, and he thinks that's what society accepts. However, ma'am, if that ain't the reason why you doing it, and you doing it because you got a little love John for Jabbar, be prepared for that may be the same situation. Only thing different is I see Kevin told you the truth. I don't see Jabbar telling you the truth. Now, y'all know I am here for the LGBTQRSTUVHY and all them other numbers alphabets they put on there. But I'm gonna tell you this right here. If you'd have been around people, the LGBT community enough as I have, you start noticing little things. And I ain't putting it on the brother, but I'm going to say this right here. It sure look like Jabari a tambourine player, and I'm going to leave that alone, okay? I'm going to leave that right there with you. He a tambourine player. Mark my words, okay? And at least Kevin was honest with your ass. I'm not sure Jabari will be. So you let your man go. They're at least trying to keep it 1,000 or a buck with you, however you want to call it, and fool around and get with this boy here, and he be down low and you don't even know it, honey. And he be hurting your heart. You be sitting in that bed crying again. Be careful. Make sure your heart is right when you do this. Now, Bishop tell Lady Mae he took his meds today, and she said I could tell. And he apologized that he had, she apologizes that he has to take that medication. She know it gives him a lot of trouble. He said, oh, it ain't no big deal. It ain't nothing compared to the trouble we about to give Basic. He said, things are going to work out, Mae. We've been through worse. And they embraced because she, feeling it and stuff. Well, Gigi come in and find Sophia watching an old tape of their group they used to have. I told you she used to be in a group called Mystique. And she said it was pretty good, and they watch it a little bit more. So the next day, Charity's in the bathroom getting dressed up, go about her day, and Kevin come in, and basically he asked her, what we supposed to tell these people? And she said they gonna figure it out. And from there he leaves, okay? Now, we close to the end of revival. And Bishop say he feel revived, renewed. He opens the doors of the church for anyone wanting to give their life to God or rededicate their lives to God. And he tells the congregation, turn to your neighbor and tell them, I will walk with you. Well, just so happened Rebecca sitting on the side of Sophia, and they both said to each other. And Sophia said, well, how does this really work? And she said, I'll show you. And she walked her up the aisle, child. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you ain't never been saved, this didn't bother you at all. But if you got an ankling, as my grandma would say, an ankling of any God in you, if that scene didn't bring a tear to your eye, baby, it's just something about them Bibles. You hear me? It's something about them Bibles. You go down there to them Bibles, that good word get to hitting you, and you get to remembering. And I get what Pastor's saying. Revival is that. For those of us who already have confessed Christ and the pardons of our sins, we feel revived when we leave service. That's why we like to go to church, stuff like that. It ain't well, for me, it ain't for the flow in the show. It's about getting that word that prepares you to deal with whatever you might have to face that day. Well, this revival, when people have revival, that's pretty much what it's for. Yeah, you got people come sit on the morning's bench and then they decide if they going to get off of it and, confess Christ. But it's also time for, like what Bishop said, for us to feel a renewance here in here. You know what I'm saying? It builds you back up. Y'all, I'm telling you, I went to crying on this damn scene. My kids was looking at me like, girl, what's wrong with you? Because they ain't been there yet. Baby, when that girl walked up to that stage and said, Grandpa, I want to be baptized, child, I thought that was my son or something. I almost jumped over. I'm telling you, because when my twins, when they confessed Christ, child, I told people church up. It's just something. If you ain't a spiritual person, you probably shouldn't even be watching this review. But if you is and you not spiritual, well, hell, this ain't part of the damn review for you. So fast forward or cut it off. I don't care. But I'm saying this, child, it's something about that feeling. It's something about that feeling. Now, everybody got to believe in something. I sure hope you believing in the right thing. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm believing in the right thing. But anyway, she says she want to get prepared, baptized. And child, Gigi, she was just like me, but she just ain't telling people stuff up. Cause she was standing there, and you could tell that it was coming up. Baby, even the actors, they all acting. But I'm telling you, when you get to doing that kind of stuff, and you get to bringing them emotions up and through him, baby, ooh, it ain't nothing like the joy that the Lord can give you, and He can give it to you so well. Anyway, they prepare for baptism, and Lady Mae and Gigi finally show us that they are truly mama and daughter, because as Sophia getting dipped in the water, child, they was holding hands, and I said, won't He do it? Won't He bring you together? Child, God know how to humble a heathen real quick. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, afterwards, Gigi asks how she feels, and she says she feels infinite, and they embrace. Outside, Lady Mae is saying goodbye, her and Bishop, to Bishop Jefferies. Aaron came to take him to the airport. Aaron said that, he may be able to stick around a little bit longer to try to help them with this situation with Triumph. And Bishop said, well, if that's what you're going to do, then he said, we got an empty room. Jacob's room is available. And Mae was calm with this. She ain't even tripped. She was like, okay. So he going to be moving into the Greenleaf plantation, child. Bishop Lionel leaves and for the airport, child. So bye to him. Now, Bishop and Lady Mae say they need to take Sophia out to lunch or dinner. I can't remember. And so Bishop go to get his things. They going to take Sophia out for a little while. Gigi meeting up with that white female detective, the one that was telling her, I'm trying to protect you. She said she had her come and she asked what's the problem. And Gigi said, let's discuss solutions. And it went off from there. This was a good episode. I was here for this. It's amazing to me because You wouldn't think all this stuff be going on in these mega churches. But baby, don't be fooled. Ain't no telling what kind of secrets over there at that Potter house. You hear me? So just because a church is big and it's thriving, don't ever get it in your mind that ain't no stuff going on behind the scenes. Now, from if this was reality, we would look at this church as somewhat like a Potter house. Look how much devilment living inside that church house because everybody got secrets. And one thing about what you do in the dark, it's gonna eventually make its way to the light, honey. And before this season over, I kind of feel like we gonna see a whole bunch of light. Okay, so y'all stick with me, bear with me. I'm doing the best I can to keep the sporty mouth, the potty mouth, or whatnot to a T, to a minimum on this review anyway. But yeah, I look forward to what's gonna happen. I want to see what Gigi gonna pull up with this detective because that woman, she look like she already team Gigi. So hopefully we can get Mac in jail by the end of season 2, child. Cause that's where he need to go so that everybody. I believe that once he go to jail, true healing will begin. Cause stuff gonna start. It's gonna in order for him to go to jail, he gonna reveal stuff. And when he reveals stuff, it's gonna be like an avalanche effect. More and more stuff gonna happen. But he'll go to jail, and I honestly believe once he goes to jail and everything is out in the open, healing can truly begin with this family. But I don't want to go too deep with that, y'all. The depth of my struggle will determine the height of my success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to like this video, comment down below in the panic section. I always talk back to you, honey. And then share the video with somebody. And you all have a great remainder to your Thursday. I will be back momentarily with Black Ink Crew because I did not record it yet. But I'm ready. So, have a good day. Peace.